Thing.
Welcome to Tom's Tourney 2018. I am Liam Grant here, joined by Handel Perigray for the big showdown in Bruges. You say, still feeling the nice Belgian beer from last night, but getting a groove here as these two titans of European Ultimate showdown. We have Tchac from France versus KFK coming out of Copenhagen. Hannah, how are you feeling about this matchup?
Well, the sun is shining. We've got some good jingles going on, and we're about to watch some of the top European level Open Ultimates. I'm really excited. So I know, like last year, Tchac lost in power pool play to the KFK side. So this might be their turn. It might be their year, but we'll get the play underway.
Yeah, as you see, KFK here take off on offense. Isolate player in the front of the stack to get things moving. Tchac kind of playing soft, easy defense, allowing them to get those unders. KFK playing in white and not getting that swing off in the first turn of the game. Tchac with a chance to break.
Sails over the shirt of number 69.
Gulu taking this here, gets it up line, nice and easy. Oh, and we see the crossfield shot, and Frederic gets it just outside the end zone. Everyone seemed to stop and pause for a second, but Tchac back in control now.
He decided he liked that throw so much he wanted to catch it twice, and a bit of a wobbly one goes up to Merlin Wallace.
Yeah, a little hop, skip and a jump there, but pays off for them in the end.
You see that toss again, nearly defended. Just flips in the air.
I think he's almost controlling that one in his chest as he does in his celebration as well. Yeah, and watching these two teams play earlier, I feel like Tchac is the heavy favorite, and one of the teams pegged to do well at the World Ultimate Club Championships in Ohio in 2018. I will also see them in the showcase game later on, playing Chevron.
Indeed, we shall. And for those of you who want to catch that game, I believe it will be streamed for free on Facebook. So definitely tell your friends, get everyone to watch that one and enjoy the action here. But yeah, no, like you're saying, Liam, the Tchac team are very, very talented. We saw a lot of them at the European Championships in Carol in Venice at the tail end of last year. Lots of Ravi, our co-commentators Ravi and Lorcan like to talk about their 3 Bs, which they're adding more this season, but we've not got all the Bs on the field, so let's see if KFK can maybe grab a scalp here.
Yeah, it's not about the Bs right now, it's all about that D from Tchac. Let's see what they can bring out. KFK playing vertical offense, which they're well known for, and often set up their dump reset directly behind the disc, allowing for a lot of space in the break side. It doesn't allow the handler reset to dump. You see Schwer Stutz here now on the disc who look to orchestrate this O-line offense quite a lot. Thought about the hammer. That one, a little too high. Gathered up by Roble, who then hits it up the sideline. This one's looking like it's going to the end zone. He has space, 3 men behind him, 3 Great Danes, and one of them's always going to gather it up. Big height difference there.
Maxime Garot there, triple covered in the end zone. What faith the thrower had in him.
Yeah, maybe faithless in a sense as well. That was a bad decision given the help defense that was there from the KFK team.
Especially the stature of Phil Hansen, the number 5. He's a big man.
Yeah, and anyone watching at home is thinking about getting jerseys printed with tiny numbers in the corners. Please don't.
Please put them big on the back of your shirts.
They will charge you the same no matter the font size, I guarantee it, and it would really be helping us out. And this one going up the field is KFK a little slow to get those continuation cuts going, but past halfway now. Look at the jam in the end zone, and Roble's got a great position as he peeled off the back of the stack for that defensive play. The young man born in 1995, which I guess is not that young anymore, but still sounds young to me. Did some great defense there, back of the stack, helping out.
Oh, we see that one again. That's a lovely little D there, just over the top.
And I'm loving the peaked cap here from the Frenchman.
Yeah, the stylish look of Maxime Garot.
Jamming up the open sideline with ease so far. Tchac not getting too much pressure on the open side. Garot there has his cap on, his thinking cap as he shreds the inside, and now getting some space in the break side. This one is a beautiful goal from Tchac, using the whole width of the field, getting that one in the end zone.
Yeah, Martin Carré there putting what an absolute zipper of a high release backhand. That was just flat speed for days. Love that throw. Maybe we'll get another sneaky look at that one on the replay.
Yeah, and it was really the earlier throws that allowed to open up that break side, and it just continued and left KFK by the wayside. As you see here, they worked up the sideline quite a lot.
A little bit of a jam.
And gets this inside break. Nice throw here. Quick continuation, and that's the one that really wrecks the KFK defense. They're all on the other side of the field, and an easy throw to the end zone.
Yeah, and a good footwork for the adjustment, because that first inside break almost not quite, well, wasn't quite perfect, but managed to adjust his footwork, get his hands around it, as you say, set up that fast break. And so, first blood in breaks goes to the Tchac team, the French. Now 2 up in this game.
Bastien Graham shooting to the open side. Hansen resetting again. Good swinging play here. Oh, that one a bit too high, and Tchac with the opportunity to break again. Big hammer goes up. Fink can't get there, and it's in. Tchac are on a roll here.
Indeed, and mystery man with no number on the back of his shirt, but the long-legged trackies look. Big fan of that flat hammer. Almost thought it might get deep, but it was just far enough out that it had no trouble at all.
Yeah, beautiful touch on that throw. Kind of leading down with a hammer. Nothing the defender could do with a well-executed throw like that. And KFK have not got themselves into this game. They're coming out of maybe a slower paced game with Frisbees, and they need to step it up because Tchac are not going to let off.
Yeah, when I went to check out Tchac before this game, they were playing against the Munich Ultimate Club, and that was definitely neck and neck when I left it earlier. I don't know what the overall result of that one was, but clearly this Tchac side nice and fired up and ready for this game. I think the KFK guys are maybe a little bit too, what's the word? Kind of they got like a lot of energy in there, just putting their shots a little bit too high, a little bit too floaty. Maybe hopefully they can refocus, reel those in, and play a bit more of a smoother offense.
Yeah, and it all depends on the hands of this man. Fair shots to settle them. Sends with the end zone now. This one looks really nice. And that one, I think, is going to be called in. And that's exactly what they need is fair. 2 fingers in the air. And a lot of KFK's offense depends on how this man is playing, because I've seen him look possessed and fantastic on the man in the field. And I've also seen the opposite. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Finding some focus on your throws, making sure they're pinpoint. I don't think we could have asked for much more from the young KFK player there. Look at that ripper of a backhand, just sends it deep and very well read. Actually, good defensive pressure, but eyes on it, hands on it, score.
Yeah, I think that was a break side hook, like a bit flat the mark. I think trying to take away both hooks, and Schwer definitely favors his backhand and has that huge step around a quick release. And I'd say they'll be looking to shut that down the second time.
Definitely. Not the biggest man in the world, but he can certainly move his mark around.
A nice blading pull there. Sent it to Hulin. Playing a horizontal stack, and that one balloons into the air. And it's the second time we've seen that. KFK almost did the exact same thing as they hit under into the wind, caught some air.
I thought Ozako might have actually knocked that one into the defense for a rescue bid, but
yeah. You see the exceptional height here that KFK have.
As you say, the Great Danes, mighty of stature.
Fink looking under, and then she gets a disc to this near sideline. Starting to grind now. That one a tight space, but a beautiful throw. Put it on a platter for him.
I really like the shaping on that roll curve. Just sort of like coming out and then back in, just really meeting that cut perfectly.
Yeah, good separation of space there. KFK timing their cuts well. One player cutting at a time. And I think they have, with the height advantage they have, they're going to get those unders rather easy. So that is a break for KFK. 2 in a row after 3 points unanswered. Would really like to see top players for them, like Christian Loritz, to start impacting the game. We see Schwer come on the D line now. He's going to pull. Really using the whole roster. KFK not known as a team of 1 or 2 players, but just a well-rounded team of somewhat youngsters out of Denmark. Always had the rivalry with Ragnarok. I think it's maybe 15, 16 years in a row now or something similar that they've failed to beat them in nationals, but I'm sure someday they will.
Well, yeah, you got to have the young up-and-comers, and actually one of the gentlemen on this roster is actually playing with Ragnarok at Worlds, which would be Christian Loritz.
Yeah, Christian, originally from Estonia, and used to play with Sexy Legs, I remember. Actually played with him 1 year, can't even remember where or why, but always thought he was an amazing player. And we see another amazing player, Bosser, there, one of the top players out of France, getting on the field. Bosser free in the end zone. Maybe will it get to him? I know, just a bit short. Well baited by KFK. Oh, and that one hitting him right in the nipple and rolling right off it.
I like to call that the toaster, because it just pops straight back out.
Bosser, quick playing, and he looks like he's going, and it's call on the field, travel. Great hand signals, doing a little boogie town.
So yeah, that was a very early travel call on Eric Becker.
The travel hand signal looking like a twirling mashed potato dance. Same as a travel in basketball, I think, is often the hand signal used. Not that they really do use hand signals, but
very occasionally.
yeah, we see KFK going for the forced backhand there, which is not as usual. Kind of forcing them into the wind. But say when the leaders of this team gets inside break off.
Yeah, that was a tasty backhand.
Looking for the continuation. They're just trusting their famous offensive receiver who that cap shades him for the sun as he tears into the end zone.
Yeah, Mathieu Bosset with, you say, the slightly fisherman-y look, but it's important. Well, you know, sun is beating down. We are currently in the best time of day to get sunburn, between 11 and 2, I believe it is. So, but I mean, heck, regardless of his headwear, that guy looks super stylish playing offense on this team.
Yeah, Bosset actually, he was stuck in the board game Jumanji for quite some time before this tournament. Hence his new jungle look. But yeah, learned some skills there in the jungle, wrestle the line and how to get free in the end zone.
Indeed, but he has escaped for this Tom Storey tournament. He made it back just in the nick of time. And I'm sure Tchac are very pleased about that. In fact, there's quite a lot of headgear on this Tchac team. We've got a blue cap, a yellow cap. So, but look out for those plays and those players. As we hear the famous seagull chant. Not sure if our microphones are picking it up, but Tchac obviously being a, I think they're based in Brittany, I believe.
Oh, and a big hook goes up to Fink. Trying to chase that one down. Oh, and it just got pushed down in the wind. Thought it was going to hang up. I like that option, though. KFK trying to use their height.
As they say, you can't teach tall.
Frederick there at the disc. Hits one to inside a hook of their own now. A bit of a mismatch in height. The KFK man ends up in the turf.
Yeah, it's the very luminous hat of Juan Orozco, I think. Yes, indeed it is. It's a striking look. Nice and luminous, but yeah, just lost his footing and then allowed the offensive player to just go and take it away.
Yeah, KFK were starting to get a bit of momentum, get back into the game. Now they find themselves 3 points behind again. We're starting to close that margin, and they need to be hitting those big shots. You know, they have the high matchups. They need to be allowing their cutter to have a bit of it. Whether if they've discarded their player, that's fine, but throwing one to the turf is not good enough. We see the nice undercut here first, setting up for the second cut to the end zone. Nice zippy backhand. Good body position here. Slows down and the defender runs into the back of him and then he can just catch it with ease. No need to battle in the air. And some good spirit there. Hugs all around. No, that nice.
Isn't it just?
You see Schwer centered there. Get to set up behind. Bay marking him, and one player absolutely free. Almost too free. Doesn't know what to do with himself.
The Leicester Mazel Tov defense, where you don't mark the person with the disc and just wait for them to get confused. Nice swinging.
Tarp and Schwer trying to work the disc themselves. Sell the offense. You know, Schwer is always looking in the end zone. Tarp behind. Looking a little bit frustrated. Nice undercut there as they threaten the deep space. Some nice offense here from KFK. Really settled themselves. Need to keep using. Oh!
As commentators curse there, a huge play from Ronan Bichon, who's now going to strike immediately deep. Go for some perhaps double happiness, but no, it's just going to be shy. But goes to ground to make sure that one's reeled in. And some explosive footwork there. Nearly putting out his knee joints from number 26. But what a play from Bichon, Liam.
Yeah, I think the KFK player just a little stagnant there. Almost didn't see his defender on his back and just did one big explosive move, really. The one was almost like he wasn't running, just saw the disc and just sprung in and around the KFK player and left him speechless. And then KFK just heads down and weren't switched on for the defense, picks it up straight away, jacks it, beautiful throw. Outside the end zone, that's fine, you just want to hit your receiver, and then the Tchac player is much more switched on. KFK players slowly jogging up behind. Need to raise their spirits here. I'm not sure if it's a timeout call, but you can see a lot of the KFK players just huddling on the sideline trying to tweak their offense here.
Yeah, and that explosive toe-in from Hello.
And this one he's going to let it bounce on the ground. And it's a zone look here. We see 3 at the front from Tchac kind of forcing into the middle. Very passive on the mark, about 2-3 yards off. And we feel the wind pick up just a tad there. Maybe 10-15 knots.
Oh! What a hand block there from Tchac. Merlin Wallace going for it. Number 40. Double happiness for him.
Yeah, great goal there. And Tchac taking control of this game. And KFK staring into the sky, searching for something to summon some Danish gods, some courage here, as they find themselves 5 points behind now.
Yeah, I think Tchac very much with the pedal to the metal, sort of ball of the foot on the throat, really kind of pushing the pressure. I think KFK in the point before, they were playing some very patient but kind of boring ultimate, and I think Tchac just finding their opportunities to really kind of swoop in and, like a seagull, steal the sandwich, steal the disc away. That's a lovely put there to Merlin Wallace, who was on the other side of the end zone when that went up. I could see the cut developing, but a very early throw, really trusting the speed of the number 40. He goes to the little butt bump.
Yeah, nice touch into this there. And Maxime Gros so far being the dominant player in this game. And he also looks the best with that cheeky little piece cap. Nice blade pull into this wind as well from Tchac. Not allowing them, KFK, to catch it. Oh, it looks like it might be a brick. Yes, it will be bricked. And again, what do you think of this handler setup? This is actually the first time now we've seen KFK. Oh, we see it now. It goes behind the handler. What's your thoughts on that, Hannah? That setup there.
Well, it's good as a safety valve. Like it releases the pressure on the offense. But I don't know. It's like I say, it's a bit controversial. Less is seen. But it seems to be that KFK aren't really making errors on their handler sets, so it's clearly working for them. It's more the upfield shots that are sort of just, I can say Tchac are just exploding out of the blocks and really taking it away. I think KFK just needs to be more on point with their shots upfield.
And gets the under there. Better play from KFK, looking for a swing who's left in no man's land, but gets to the open side. Just outside the end zone now. Tchac looking to shut it down. Where's the continuation cutting? Just 2 or 3 seconds behind every time KFK with the cut. Only ever getting freestyle 6-7. Oh, and I don't know what hole he found that to throw it in. And a timeout called as we need to reflect on that backhand on the flick side underarm throw, which was spectacularly strange.
That was an interesting, intimate threading of the needle there. I enjoyed that greatly. But it's so we're talking about the handlers and the dumps positioning. There was a frustrated call from the sideline yelling because at one point there was absolutely no dump at all. And like you say, it's this KFK aren't really hitting their shots with the same smooth continuation that we're seeing from Tchac, and it's that extra kind of 2 seconds of the stall count that we're wasting, and I think that's the big difference maker here. Yeah,
I agree, and it's KFK. Everyone's trying to get free for the first throw. No one's timing themselves for the second or third cut, and it's really stuttering their flow. As we see here, I think this is the point before. We see that buttery backhand sitting into the end zone. Everyone had already started walking the sideline before it was even caught.
I think that throw definitely deserves your first buttery backhand of the day, Liam.
Yeah, so much butter on it. That is the definition of buddy bacon.
It's slathered. Slathered in butter.
Buttered
It's dripping.
Buttered on both sides, that one.
On both sides, like a sort of grilled cheese sandwich kind of thing going on.
Yeah, that's the vibe. Interesting to see now what KFK will do, what offense will set up, how the dump reset will set up. We see them a lot of time doing that behind the player, and I think that works when you have a long field set up and you're trying to give some break side space. But let's see if they have any tricks up their sleeves now.
I suspect it might be something a bit more conventional, like you say. It's not quite the same field position. It's not central, but oh no! Here we. Well, actually, no. That gentleman is coming off the pitch onto the sidelines. There we go. More of a traditional handler setup, but a very close stack to where the to this side of the field. So, giving themselves a very small open side. Maybe they're going to try and attack the break.
And this is Nikolai Tarp. Usually paired with Schwer Stutz in the O-line, but Schwer on the sideline for this point. Hits his swing really nicely there. And a better continuation cut here from KFK. Looking to move it much, much faster, which I like. Eventually gets round the corner there as they're struggling to get it to this far sideline towards the wind. Tchac doing amazing defense, has to be said, outside the end zone. KFK doing nothing wrong, and we eventually see the nice and a fumble in the end zone after all that great work and play, and took his eye off it, celebrating before it got into his hands.
Yeah, he's going to be very disappointed with that. That's Casper van der Meer, just almost too open.
And beautiful low release throw there from Faye, another top French player on the Tchac side. Isaiah looking for the continuation, but he's playing 2 steps faster than anyone else by the looks of things. Isaiah free again, and hits one to the break side. Another disc that seems to be waiting for days. I think a lot of these men work in the dairy industry because they are milking every disc.
I almost, when you would, obviously we'd kind of put that one in the bank, but I think, there was a good 5 seconds where Bichon was just like, I'm just gonna trot this one. It's fine. It's perfectly weighted. Back corner of the end zone. Just in it comes. They just look really chill right now. I mean, you've kind of got gentleman with the lovely hat.
Bosse?
Yes, Bosse. He's playing with so much energy. He's getting really loud. He's communicating. He's saying, "I'm clearing out. Look at me, kind of thing." But then the disc they're putting up and the shots they're running into the end zone just look so almost, I don't want to say casual, but they just are so calm and measured. It's really nice to watch. I feel like I want to be like an Italian chef.
Yeah, we see Bosse there getting that nice low release flick, and he just goes cuts again, boosts the end zone. He's such work rate, and we're back in live play as KFK don't catch this pull. A lot of pressure on it, taking it from inside their own end zone. And looks like we have that zone look again, a very passive 3-3 run from Tchac, and looks like KFK are getting a bit of ground. They got the hand block last time we saw this Tchac, and very nearly interception.
That's the lovely hatted figure of Maxime Garot, but not quite the cleanest of D's, so that one will go back into the hands.
Yeah, but good pressure there, and you feel like it's going to happen again if KFK don't use the downfield more. Eventually moving to the sideline here. KFK lots of throws but not making much yards. Now they have a bit of space, and that's the throw they need to get off. Someone needs to be waiting for that continuation cut, because we see a transition now. Tchac seamlessly transition to man. There's a foul there by Roble on the throw. Just kind of gave him a little shoulder, let him know what's going on. And there we see the old school hand signal for a foul, making a little X that it used to be back 2013. Little blast in the past there. And now we see Fink, one of 2 brothers on this KFK team. An amazing layout there.
That's Juan Orozco then again, the illuminous cap getting big on the far sideline, keep the disc alive.
Yeah, probably the smallest man in this KFK team, but knows how to get big, as you said. Oh, a lot of pressure on that one. Could be a call, but no, nothing said. Maxime getting the disc cleanly this time.
Yeah, that was an excellent battle. Both players going, stretching out for it. Great defensive bid.
Maxime now looking for the end zone as always. This one, oh, bit too much carve on that one.
Yeah, it came out hot from that big layout bid. Kind of thought when he had the disc in his hands, which way is this going to go? Is it going to be calm and measured? Nope, that's going to be blady and a little bit too short. But hey, when you can get defensive bids like that, you can afford a few turnovers. Especially when you're 6 points up.
Yeah, they got a big old fluffy French cushion at the moment to protect themselves. But KFK not out of this one yet. We know they're a strong team. We'd like to see them hucking more. We're playing this zone, and they've certainly got the height mismatch.
Indeed, and if they can put some shots, they're going to float into that wind, which is now just picking up because I'm talking about it. Let's go on the Vermeer sideline. Again, seeing this transition to match. Big attempt for the hand block from Garro. With an uncontested foul on that throw.
And KFK with their classic vert stack. One player isolated in the front that's currently. Let's see if they can use him to get free. And they put it out to the side space. Nice play here to get it going. That second cut, as always, just not coming.
Yeah, Hansen looking a little bit flustered, trying to find his dump. Roscoe's there.
Eventually throws him open though. And a lot of pressure on all these undercuts coming out of the French team. And a pick is called.
Oh, it's coming back, but that was a ludicrous grab over there. Like, weird arm positioning. Very nice from the number 4 Fink. What a bushy beard.
Has an exceptionally bushy beard. As is everyone in the Fink family. KFK with a chance now. Getting end zone. Oh, free up line, but bailed off. Shoots the end zone. Could be some recovery defense here. Well done by Tchac. A lot of help defense there. They covered the open side.
I don't know, that was a pretty big loopy backhand from Frederick Hansen. I think made the defense's job very easy.
Yeah, it wasn't actually his player though. Someone else had peeled off the help, and I think that's what Tchac did the whole time. They actually switched twice there in that play. And KFK got it back, but it's gone over again. A lot of turnovers already at this point.
Great attempt from Fink to keep it alive though.
Timeout called by Frederick Marais, a confident French handler. And yeah, that point getting a bit messy, and I think Tchac doing the clever thing of taking a little breathing space, full field to go. As I said, still have that cushion.
Indeed, which is nice and fluffy, as you said. Fluffy French cushion. We'll have to find out what the word is for cushion, Liam, and use it appropriately.
Cushion?
Definitely not cochon. Cochon is a pig.
Yeah, well, maybe they have a fluffy French pig.
A fluffy French pig that they're bouncing on, you know,
Yeah.
kind of like riding it around the field.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything pig-like about their offense.
Yeah, as we said, they are dairy farmers and not pig farmers.
Exactly, but they do. If we weren't on a 3G field, they would be rolling around in the muck a little bit with all the bids we're seeing.
Yeah, no, Tchac's shutdown defense is terrifying at times. They've really put a lot of pressure on the unders, and KFK are struggling to get free. I think they use their deep game more. The hucks we have seen have usually gone well for them. One of their 2 scores was a huck, if not both their scores was a huck.
I remember that that big ripper backhand from Stutz early game. That was nice. There we go. See some rolling around in the mud from KFK there. There's Fink going to the ground with his big bushy ginger beard. Maybe he also got trapped in Jumanji with Bochet.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to be getting trapped in Jumanji. The popular board game making a comeback. Yeah, we have not seen at all Christian Loritz, not even in this game. I haven't seen him come to the line. I can't see him on the sideline. Has he moved back to Estonia? People, where is Christian? Where is Christian? Schwer, after some much thought research, Schwer Stutz has informed me that he does not know, which is not good, Schwer. If you don't know where he is, how am I supposed to know where he is? Oh, as we now see, Christian Loritz is sitting on the sideline, looking rather suave. He is a good-looking man, good player. I don't know why he's not playing. And we now, this game is back live as a big crossfield scuba, which was absolutely ridiculous to come off a timeout and throw that, but I loved it anyway.
Oh yeah, Lau Larsen getting in the way of that, kind of just blinding the French receiver. Couldn't track it down. Oh, an overthrow.
Yeah, this point has continued exactly as it did before the timeout into a mess of nothingness. And maybe call another timeout and try this one again if we can learn how to play offense.
Yeah, I think KFK just keeps throwing it into a nice big pool of Tchac players. That seems to be the strategy right now. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Not sure it's really working out for them.
Roble now on the far sideline, looking to steady the ship.
Oof.
Nice crossfield pass.
That's some lovely swinging. Big fan of that.
Oh, and that's some not so good swinging. In fact, it's just not very good at anything. Anyway, this is maybe the 7th or 8th turnover at this point.
A little action man roll from Merlin Wallace. Not even like really diving, just rolling over after the disc hits the floor.
There's Bastian Graham there, picking it up soon. Oh, and that is that intense defense we've seen all game from Tchac, shutting down the unders at every opportunity.
Yeah, Bastien Valliere.
With a shorter field now, Tchac. Again, both teams just looking flustered. Frederic now really needs to take control of the game, known for his top-notch throws. Soloski getting high in the strike count now. Some great defensive pressure. Oh, and Morea eventually gets that one in. Didn't get much separation from his defender.
Yeah, fabulous defense from KFK. But a little bit too much speed. These Tchac players, I think, have just the edge. They're very, very rapid. I think most of the turnovers in that point were caused by them being a little bit lazy, not executing the throws very well. But certainly when they're really hitting those cuts, it's powerful stuff.
Yeah, Sasha Sokolsky getting the goal there, and this again fluttering it into the end zone. As you see another turn from KFK. That was that great bit earlier on this point. Feels like an age ago at this stage.
So Tchac up 6 points, 8-2 lead. 35 minutes in. What do you reckon, Liam? Will we see KFK with a comeback?
I think we'll see KFK eating some Danish pasties pretty soon because their lifeline is starting to go flat. I think they need to huck it. That's what I want them to do. If they want to get back into this game, they got to score a lot of points very quickly. And I know one way of doing that, booming it.
It's a big shout out to Juan Orozco, though. He's been all over the field on offense and defense, making huge bids. Not one of the Great Danes, not one of the taller players in the team, but he's been working like a workhorse to continue our farmyard references.
Yeah. I see Schwer now the disc who, please, yeah, do that, Schwer. Huck it. The whole world wants to do it. I think Tchac are actually playing the zone to try and slow them down and not let them do that first pass. And there's an opportunity for him to do it now. Instead, hits a nice easy under.
If you do that 3 more times.
Definitely selling me on those fakes, Schwer. And now a little isolated downfield, KFK.
Yeah, just playing easy, patient shots between the handlers. Tchac happy to let that happen right now. They're just winding down the clock with that 6-point lead.
It's exactly what I'm thinking. This is not what KFK really want to be doing. It's great they have possession, but they got to get, you know,
oh, that's great isolation there.
7 points on the board. Now they need to keep moving, get the play going. Hit that open man.
This is much better. That shot really opened up the field for KFK.
And we now see the transition. They do it so seamlessly, Tchac. I don't hear a call in the field. It seems to, you all know exactly when it's happening. a machine in sync.
So they've been working with their psychic communication. I believe they have a team psychic in place who's been training them all through the season so far, in preparation for Worlds, of course.
Schwer, big schwang, gets it around the field, taking this one right in the sideline, hits the middle. It's been a good grinding point from KFK.
Yeah, great legs on Larson with that stretching grab. Thought that might have been a bit too far, that throw.
Schwer shouting at his stack to make some cuts. He's going to get high in the slot count. Wants to throw it to the end zone. Eventually hits that leading inside flick, which I thought was perfect, but doesn't go as it. Schwer has a chance to make it up now. Can he get there for the defensive play? Bids about 2 seconds after it's caught.
Yeah, Carré, and he's going to put it out and go for the score. That's a lovely play. Carré made that look so flippin' easy. Just casually throws a backhand, immediately goes directly into the back corner of the end zone. Done and done. This is what I mean about Tchac scores. Like, the in-play kind of looks a bit messy at times, a couple of execution errors, but as soon as they get to that end zone, the discipline and the smoothness of their scores is really impressing me right now.
Yeah, I think Schwer might have been a fault there. Didn't give his dump a lot of opportunity to get it. And we see here, this is a stupidly late bid that leaves him on the ground, that we see the give go and Schwer is just left behind. It's Schwer's man that goes and he's just left watching the disc. So always bid before the disc is caught rather than after. Lesson learned there.
Just gotta know when you've been beat. You might be on the live stream, you might want to look cool, but just know when you've been beat, son.
Yeah, sometimes you play tight defense just so you can get a good force on your player before they get the disc. Is just as important as well. So has Schwer not dived like a swan into the air, he might have been able to put a force on or even stop that give go motion.
But yeah, no, he went for the swan dive.
And yeah, Tchac's defensive strategy top notch there. Played his own, slowed them down, made them grind it, and then got the quick turn.
And these Tchac players just off the camera able to find enough energy to do press-ups, perhaps as punishments for their slight errors in this game. Or just celebrations of, you know, how awesome they are.
I think it is mental tactics to throw KFK off as they look rather tired in their field and they see their opponents doing workouts in between points. Doesn't make you feel too good. And again we see the nice patient swinging of KFK, but hit the end zone and then we see it goes up. They have the height advantage. And there's Fink, and I would like to see more of that. That was a great goal. Used his body, got a little contact, but he's got that cushiony beard, word of the day. Him from any Frenchmen.
So that's Moulin-Munch with the just putting up the visionary shot to Fink. As you say, Liam, they needed to get a couple more of those spicier throws out of the bag. And it paid off.
Yeah, they 100% have the height advantage. Tchac are trying to take away unders. I think they still have this kind of mental block of, you know, play safe ultimate, play the unders, but you got to take what's given to you. And it is on quite a lot, those deep shots. As we see here, Fink has loads of time. He has separation for days. And just reads the disc well. Gets a little bit of contact as well as the disc. But
yeah, Sokowski's coming in a little bit late there, honestly. Like as we were talking about earlier, that kind of that swan dive bid. Similar story there. Should have already known he'd been beat.
Schwer with the pull now. Looks like this one's going to fade out of bounds and will be bricked. And a nice swaggery walk, taking his time.
Striding forth the blue hat of Eric Becke.
Just taking what's given to him now. Oh, nice give go there. Not often you see that super quick flick used in the give go. Oh, nice low backhand. And this is the Tchac we saw earlier on in the game.
Did you see that little 12 toss pass? That was beautiful. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, that was amazing offense from Tchac. Tore them apart with ease.
Kwiatkowski with that little pop. Just, just ripped open that defense. That was, I was a big fan of that.
Yeah, not the spicy play a lot of spectators want to see, but you have to give a lot of credit to where it's due and how good the Tchac team is.
I don't know. Wasn't big kind of big kind of throws or shots, but there was a lot of little technical bits there. There was the quick give go between I think these two. Might be about to see it. No, earlier shot, but I think this might be the bit that I got really excited about. There, the little twirl and pop. I like those kind of throws, especially against sort of more like a widespread defense, and just you see those between teams that really know each other. So Tchac really showing the value in the fact that they are obviously, training towards Worlds. They know each other really well. Good connections, good trust and faith between their teammates. Might have been big ballsy shots, but I love that little technical play.
I think the Christian Lauritz being on the sideline is really hurting KFK. Watching him earlier, he was a talisman for them. And also leading the line, shouting lots in the field, and he's kind of taking a casual break here, working on his suntan. And KFK lacking, missing him, and that's a vagrant hammer from Schwerstutz that is cleaned up by Bichon.
Poor read from the KFK player there. Like a good couple of inches of height, and just allow Bichon to just have it. But there we go, bringing it back.
Schwer again. Sends it back in this time. This one going to arc the wrong direction. And as I said at the start of the game, a lot of will dictate KFK's play if Schwer is on fire or if Schwer is gone icy cold, and that backhand not having the right edge.
Which is a shame because the cutter was so free, miles free. The kind of the defense had given up on him, be like, hey, that shot's not going to come. If that had been a more money throw, it would have been a very different result.
Faye now with the disc. Has those beautiful low release discs. I see we're going up there, Abita. Oh, and a great play. Gets a good read on the disc. Scratches it with his fingernails. Tarp.
Oh, I like that. Scratches it with it. That was very accurate as to what happened there. Just
a Wolverine swipe at it.
Get the adamantium claws out.
Yeah.
So we have the time is nearly over jingle. I think I feel pretty comfortably in calling this one, saying Tchac are going to come out on top. But I'd love to see KFK come up with some little fire. Game's nearly over. Use that last bit of reserve for this game.
KFK now grinding through the zone. Oh, a little tip. Can they get it on the third attempt? Yes, they do.
What a teammate.
Spicy spice to the end zone. All things nice. Gather it up. Coming in behind, trailing. That was fun to watch. That's the offense we want to see.
That was all hero teammate backups. I loved that. Sorry. I literally, I just had to hold myself down from doing a little whoop into my microphone. That made me really happy. Especially the middle section where the very, very tall KFK player had 2-3 bids on it, and then just the little guy just backs him up, pops it. Lovely.
Yeah, it looked like KFK really enjoyed that one, had a bit of fun, and that's what we need to do, bring more fun into their game. Heads were down earlier.
And here we go, we see tall shot to a tall man, tips it. Second shot, and then whoop.
And let's see the bop again. That one ballooning into the sky and round the back door.
Bichon went up super early, but didn't quite have the stretch that he thought he did.
Yeah, I got an amazing defensive play earlier, but maybe getting a little too confident in his ups.
I don't know, man. His ups are pretty good, though. Springy kind of guy. So, Tchac on offense.
Playing horizontal stack. Pick called. I think he's suggesting you should keep the disc, but I'm going to get a little closer to you. Playing on the AstroTurf field here in Thomas Tony, feeling the heat. You'll always find it's maybe 3 or 4 degrees hotter in the Astro field as the rubber itself starts to heat up, and Blase with the disc. The man is infallible at times. Certainly has been this game.
Indeed, a demanding point there from Espita.
Oh, and we see again everyone getting caught under disc and not reading it, and KFK getting a taste of their own medicine.
Indeed, a nice little backup there. Just taking out the trash that everyone else leaves. So talking about the playing on the AstroTurf and being a little about the rubber crumb, which is always great because it gets in your boots, in your bag, everywhere. You'll be picking it out of yourself for days. But actually, that warmth actually allows the disc to fly a little bit faster, I believe.
Getting into the thermodynamics of AstroTurf fields here.
Why, yeah, I mean, it's one of the reasons we love Ultimate, right? Because of the shape the disc makes, and you know, flight paths. But there you go, see the very solid clap catch back up there.
As you see, the Tokai cleats tent in the background there has the new Ultimate specific cleats have the option of getting like an inner sock in the cleats. Will actually prevent the rubber crumbs from AstroTurf getting into your boot. I have a pair, not without. They do not have the sock, the all important protecting sock, as I thought was a bit weird. But I later learned that it has a great function designed for AstroTurf fields. So check out Tokai cleats.
I too have the low cut boots, but my captain of my mixed team, he does rave about that sock, having played on some rubber crumb this season.
Looking to set up that vertical offense, but transitioning now as Tchac again come out in their zone look. Again, it's not a very aggressive zone defense, more allowing them to swing, but really protecting that field. And often the strategy you'll see when a game has a big margin like this, Tchac trying to protect that.
And also to not run quite so hard on man. I mean, they're still looking pretty peppy, but maybe saving the legs for the later stages of this tournament. Certainly Tchac, one of the hot picks to make it to the top 4. Oh, and there's a lovely deep, nearly running into our commentary booth there, Chevalier.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to join the commentary team, and with great plays like that, we might have to sign him up. As you see, cameraman Casper on the sideline had a little spook there. Oh, an easy break. I don't know what KFK are doing here. Maxime is entirely free. As you see, that one just jogged into the end zone. Guilo getting the win, it looks like, as we see handshakes appearing on the sideline, and a tough loss for KFK. Tchac showing why they're a European force to be reckoned with. Concluding thoughts on that game?
I think you said it right. I mean, KFK I think will be just sorely disappointed with that loss, because I mean last year they took the blood and power pool last year and went on to advance, but I think just really they failed to execute properly early game, got their heads down, and they just never really found the fire. They had some nice deep shots that kind of came off. There was that one where they backed each other up a lot, but I think Tchac was just too much of a force to be reckoned with.
As you see, Maxime there left completely free, and again just been able to milk it into the end zone. Been the theme of the game, how much space Tchac have had and how good those throws have been, that KFK can just watch them soaring in the end zone, do nothing about it. And Tchac continue undefeated, I think, in the tournament. Be sure to check out their showcase game later, which will be streamed on Facebook. KFK will have to gather themselves up, but not over now yet. More great games to come.
Yeah, we're going to have a little break, but we'll be back at 1 o'clock for the women's division here at the Tom's Tourney. We're going to have Yaka versus Zuf. So the French versus the Swiss, I believe. Is Zuf Swiss?
Zuf, yeah, from Zurich in Switzerland.
Beautiful. So that's going to be a tasty game indeed. So make sure you join us here on the Fanseat live stream 1 o'clock for the women's division here at Tom's Tony, and I believe on the other field, if you want to watch the under 20 Netherlands women versus the nice Bristol's team coming out of the UK, there'll be also that option too. Or why not sign up to Fancy, get your video on demand, watch both, watch all the action here from Tom's Tony. The sun is shining. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for more. Thank you very much.